following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WZWA fucking network. I'm Karlifornia. This is Jooseyboy, and welcome to our review show here of AEW NJPW Forbidden Fucking Door. Jooseyboy, how are you, bro?
Big fucking show to look at here this evening. Let's get into it.
Yeah, bro, let's get into it. I know you didn't watch the buy-in.
No.
I made the mistake of taking the time to watch it, and that's not against any of the performers on the buy-in. Okay, it's really not. But I will say that it's just there was no point to any of this as far as I was concerned. So I'll quickly run through it. Nick Comoroto and Lance Archer went one-on-one to start off, so it's two AEW guys. I know Lance works for NJPW as well, but okay. Better enjoy a singles match whilst I can. The crowd were hot, I will say that. Thank God Kevin Kelly was on commentary. Too bad I have no idea what he's talking about. Clearly Archer's going to win this one, surely. They're going on about the G1 climax, and indeed, I'm sure. I just thought, what's with the cold match, though? Aren't they both heels? Anyway, Lance Archer did win with the blackout, and everyone cheers something that they already knew that was going to happen ahead of time. Clark Connors has an interview, very cookie cutter. Fuck. Yoshinobu Kanemaru and El Desperado from Suzuki Goon took on Swerve and Keith Lee. This was either going to be Swerve and Lee either win or they lose because of miscommunication, because they are apparently hinting at them breaking up already. There was a fun spot with Keith having whiskey spat in his eyes by one of the New Japan guys. One nitpick: Swerve no sells a clothesline and then hits a flat line and then he sells. It looked like the heels were going to win, but then all of a sudden Keith and Swerve hit two impressive moves and won the match. Hobbs and Starks rock up in the stands talking about how Keith Lee and Swerve compare themselves to Kobe Bryant and Shaq. So Hobbs and Starks said that they're in the United Center and they would like to call themselves Jordan and Pippen. So that was creative, I suppose. Starks and Hobbs, they're just great. I thought it was good stuff with them on the microphone. And hopefully they lead to the demise of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, because they haven't done anything really yet in AEW of note. So it would be nice if they got somewhere soon. Let's move forward. Almost done with this, bro. Sorry, I shouldn't have bothered, but there's an 8-man tag, bro. DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, and Yuya Uemura take on Max Caster and the Gun Club. I wrote fucking hell when I saw these guys come out, because I'm like, why? What is the point in doing this? Max's entrance was where it was at for me. I wrote, surely the AEW boys get the win here. It feels like Max never wins when it matters. Mm-hmm. Billy Gunn was the highlight of the match as far as I was concerned when he came in for a hot tag. Max actually won the match with his mic drop, elbow drop. And I wrote, thank fuck they won, because they were just against these, I guess, bunch of young boys. Let's get into the show, bro, and I'll let you kick off with this one. It is Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston taking on Minoru Suzuki, Chris Jericho, and Fuckhead. What did you think, bro?
That's right. Well, first, just some general housekeeping. I thought the commentary throughout this show was pretty good. Excalibur wasn't too bad. He wasn't as terrible as I thought he was going to be. He was offset nicely by Kevin Kelly and Caprice Coleman. The New Japan guys all around are impressive. They carry themselves like pros. Set and overall production looked good throughout the show. So I won't be needing to comment on that any further throughout the review. Opening match here, Yuta and Kingston were the standouts for me. Japanese guys did great as well. I felt like the most contrived bullshit and annoying shit came from Jericho and Guevara. I felt like they were the ones doing, you know, the things that detracted most from the physicality of the match, because it was otherwise quite a physical, high intensity match. There was some annoying no selling in a couple of places, but you're going to get a bit of that with the Japanese style. Taz on commentary was also refreshing. Excalibur did annoy me once or twice throughout this opening match. Jericho getting the final pin was annoying as fuck. C-.
My first note was, here we go, man. I hope I care about this stuff. I feel like Minoru Suzuki has lost so much more than he's won in AEW that it's not like he feels that special now.
The mistake's gone. The bloom's off the rose.
Yeah, it's kind of like, fuck, they made such a big deal out of him, but then he pretty much put over almost everyone he wrestled. And no, the win on AEW Dark does not count. Did not like the opening spot with the multiple German suplexes from Wheeler Yuta. The heels should have spilled in and cut it off. And how is Wheeler Yuta besting Jericho that much? Yuta locks in a submission, and that's when the heels decide to intervene, not when he's getting worn the fuck out with all these German suplexes. Okay. Like, everyone watching this review, I know what you're thinking. And yes, this show is not for me, and I'll get into that a little bit more later. How can you be the Spanish sex god when you spent 10 years with one girl and look like you're 12? Is a question I have. Suzuki and Kingston standoff is the first time that I've been like, okay, here we go. Then I'm like, damn, it's going to be a chop battle. I did like the no sell of the machine gun chops though, and I thought Kingston's reaction was funny by slowly being like, I'm just giving up. I thought that was funny. Props to Jericho for getting his body looking a bit better, I have to say. I haven't seen him in a few months, so I think he's in better shape now than he was last year. I thought this Umino guy had good pace. There was a spot that I fucking hated. I think Umino did a dive to the outside, and then he just stood there while Sammy climbed to the top rope and did a shooting star to the outside. Fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. No one would stand there and wait for that to fucking happen. I say it all the fucking time on these reviews. It's annoying. But then Yuta did a dive to the outside, which made sense because Sammy just turned around into it. Happenstance. That's what makes a dive make sense. And Eddie's made sense because Sammy was being held for it. So there you go. And I did find it funny that Suzuki bullshitted a dive that was never going to happen. I did like the part where there was one thing after another. Someone off the top rope, then this. That was cool. Meltzer has to be blowing a fat load over this at that point. But at that point, I was like, this needs to end soon because you're starting to go long. And that's what these matches always seem to do, is go a little bit long. Umino hit with a baseball bat, then out of nowhere managed to hit a tornado DDT and then into a brainbuster. And then there's a kick out. So I don't know what the point was of hitting him in the spine with a baseball bat if it wasn't going to have any effect. A few more minutes go by. I just wrote again, it needs to end soon. There's the Judas effect. Thank you. And considering this Blood and Guts show is coming up, I thought Jericho getting the pin was probably the right move because I'm sure his team is losing at Blood and Guts because it's a foregone conclusion because they won the Anarchy in the Arena match. Let's move forward, Juicy Boy. Who cares? Let's move forward. Let's talk about something else that I don't care too much about, and that's Roppongi Vice being in this matchup. I'm sure that I'm sure Rocky and Trent Beretta are a very good tag team. But I just don't understand why this team is in this match when it's winner take all and they don't have anything on the line. They shouldn't have been in this. It should have just been FTR versus the United Empire. I wrote the FTR have to win this as far as I'm concerned. Roppongi Vice, as a team, they're 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. I don't know how they got into this match. I've heard a lot about Jeff Cobb, was very impressed with him. Dax hurt himself early, which was concerning. Something so elementary too with a short elbow drop. I don't know if it was a work or not. If it was, you fooled me. And I wrote, let's see how these teams pivot in the face of a situation they didn't see coming. So if this was not a work, well done to all teams, because I think they handled it okay. I thought it was a chance for Cash Wheeler to really get over, because it always seems Dax gets that little bit of edge out of the 2 of them. But Dax came back down for a pop. There was a great blind tag into the desperation splash from Cash Wheeler. And I wrote, fuck, man, this show is going to go forever, isn't it? And it did. I was impressed with Cobb's standing moonsault. That's how you do it, even at his size, better than Red Velvet. I think, Jooseyboy, I think you could do a standing moonsault better than Red Velvet. The big rig from FTR, they fucking win. Thank fuck. That was probably the biggest pop for me on the show. So I thought it was a good finish and they deserved it. So, Jooseyboy, your thoughts?
Roppongi Vice being in this just absolutely made no sense. Caprice Coleman came in on commentary at this point. It was, refreshing having him there. As I said before, him and Kevin Kelly reunited again, and it feels so good. Injury to Harwood, whether it was an angle or not, I didn't really like it. I don't know. It didn't really work for me. I just would have left him in there. This should just be a standard tag team match between the 2 championship teams. It went on too long, but in saying that, all these guys worked really hard. All 3 teams ended up having a great match. FTR winning, agreed with you. Definitely the right team won here. I would have been annoyed if either of the other 2 teams had have won. B+.
Cool, bro. Next one up is the 4-way to crown the brand new All-Atlantic champion, Clark Connors from New Japan, Miro, Pac, and Malachi Black. Your thoughts?
Well, I was looking forward to this one going in, reading the card beforehand. 3 of the guys in this match are some of the most neglected talents, meaning Pac, Miro, and Malachi Black are some of the most neglected talents on the roster due to the overload of just the overabundance of signings in AEW. Good to see something decent actually being given to them. This was really quite a good match. Probably my favorite match up to this point in the show. I like that it wasn't an elimination and it didn't have any other rules. It was just 1 fall to a finish. So the stakes were high for the whole thing. I would have had Miro win the match, but at least it's finally something for Pac in winning the match. I gave it a B-. A couple of decent matches in a row.
Yeah, bro. I thought that the person who won this was the right person as well. They call Clark Connors the Wild Rhino. I'm not sure why, because he doesn't look like anything like a rhino. Black and Miro not getting along when beating up on Apple and glass of tap water was a nice touch. Inside joke there. Watch Pac on the table of 3 in WWE. I hate multi-man matches like this. There's always people on the outside till the next spot. Oh, it happens too much, but that's okay. I'm just a little burned out on them. Miro went through a table. Sorry, I'm doing a shit job. I'm sorry, everyone. Clark Connors had a bit of a shine at one stage. I was like, okay, he's not bad. He's not bad. Tower of Doom, seen it so many times now. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Pac getting locked into the game over. I thought possibly Miro might win it, but yeah, Connors taps out. So the AEW guys are protected here. Pac gets the win over the guy that shouldn't have been in the match in the first place because of Tomohiro Ishii's injury. Moving forward, Tony Schiavone comes out. Nice. Let's move forward even more. Shingo to I'm gonna keep stumbling over these
Shingo
names.
Takagi, Sting, and Darby Allin versus the Bucks and El Phantasmo.
Well done, bro. Well done. I feel like Darby doesn't feel as special as he did before. It's kind of like they've
Not
taken
his
a bit
fault.
of the steam off him. You're only as good as the creative given to you, right? So I feel
Not
like
his fault.
no, it's not. Sting does do a sick dive. Thank God for that one young buck that actually fucking caught him. Every fucking time, bro. It's always something like that. I did pop for Sting copying Takagi with the senton. That was very good. Nice touch.
Yeah, that was sick.
I can't believe he's still going, to be honest with you, bro. It's really
He does well.
proud of
He
him.
does well. I'm really enjoying this run of his career. Like he's an example of something I love that AEW does. So don't let it say that I never say anything positive about it.
It's like the one thing that we never we both always agree on it. And it's the one thing that we you know they seem to do good. That bald ref always seems to do the Bucks matches. He must be their like chosen ref.
Yeah, Rick Knox. Yeah, he used to ref all their matches in PWG.
Right.
Jim Cornette hates that cunt, man.
Because he doesn't give a fuck about tags, bro.
No.
I've
even seen a match in PWG where he is the referee and he ends up doing a diving flip over the top, like over the ropes onto everybody. Like, and he's the referee of the match. Like,
how unprofessional. That does pop me a bit. What doesn't pop me though is that stupid back rake spot. I'm sure I know it's a thing, but oh god.
So annoying.
Phantasmo with a nipple cripple on Sting. Why would you do that to Sting? Sting no selling the double super kick and laying the Bucks out. Thank you. He reversed a BT trigger and hit a double death drop. Very nice. The Last of the Dragon for the win by Takagi, which I thought was very anticlimactic. And they only had Takagi get the pin to make up for no New Japan winners so far. No New Japan winners so far getting a pin. Of course, the Bucks don't take the pin either. It's the New Japan guy who takes the pin. Fucking hell.
Phantasmo, you mean?
Yeah, fuck, man. Like, honestly, I went through this with a fine-tooth comb, and I will get into more of it later, but it seemed like this was kind of the way that things went on the show. What did you think of this match, man?
Yeah, I didn't care for it with the exception of Sting and Shingo Takagi's stuff. I feel like Darby's been done in disservice recently with the booking as well and the way that he's been presented. This match overstayed its welcome. I'm not blaming really anybody in the match except for the Bucks, who I can only assume are the reason why this had to be dragged out as long as it did. D+.
Oh, we're so like
what?
I don't know. It's just our attitude is clearly we're in a stinking bad mood. Look, ladies and gentlemen, here's half the issue. It's too long. Fuck, man. Yeah. Again, the second pay-per-view in a row, Jooseyboy.
But I've got some positive ratings on here. Like, don't you worry, my friend. I got some.
An hour pre-show and then 3 hours and 45 minutes of the main card. Fuck, man. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, next up, Thunder Rosa takes on Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship foregone conclusion. Jooseyboy, what did you think of this one?
Yeah, a fucking solid, decent, technical wrestling match. Pretty sure it's the first fucking singles match we've seen on the entire card. Not quite sure, though. Loved the Northern Lights suplex on the outside. Loved the German onto the apron. Transitioned into the Tornado DDT onto the floor. Enjoyed the finish to this match quite a bit. I thought it was really well timed and well executed. This was a great match. So to the commenter I saw on another video about this show saying that there wasn't a single match under 4.25 stars with the exception of the women. Fuck you, because this match was perfectly fine. And I gave it a B minus personally. So fuck that guy that,
Yeah,
thought that
fuck
it
that
wasn't a
cunt,
great
bro.
match.
Like, sorry, but
Fuck that.
like,
dickhead.
so like the FTR match is pretty good. But I don't think anything was fucking like 4.25 stars. What
Don't
a
worry, man.
cunt.
Don't worry. We'll have our final thoughts at the end. Let's
What a
keep
cunt. Why not say
Yeah.
4.5 or 4? Why 4.25, you little cunt? Okay. I wrote, why is this on the show? I have no problem with it being on the show. Trust me. I like Tony Storm and I like Thunder Rosa. But could we not get a girl from Stardom or anything? If this is the forbidden door, I don't know. If you're going down that road, I just don't understand why we have,
That would have been nice. It would have been
I-
nice to see even a triple threat like
Hmm.
a Japanese competitor in there.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're going down that road with what this show is, it doesn't really seem like a forbidden door. WCW had a fucking Starcade with New Japan in '95, so come on, it's nothing forbidden about it. Aubrey Edwards counts way too loud, like you can hear her echoing through the fucking arena. Nice tornado to the outside. It hadn't been a bad battle between the ladies. There was a nice Fire Thunder driver, which got a bit of a pop from the crowd when Tony kicked out. And then Thunder hits Dustin's finishing move for the finish. And it was good. It was a serviceable match and a nice palate cleanser from all the multi-people matches. Moving forward, Jim Ross comes out. Very nice. Let's get to this fucking one. Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay. I got a few notes here, Juicy Boy. I wrote, why is this happening? You'd think with Will Ospreay, he's been talked about for many years, about how great he is and all that. And the one person that Tony picked for him to face was Orange Cassidy. You know what? I think that there's a method behind the madness here, Juicy Boy. I think he knew that Ospreay was going to have to win a match, so he didn't put a protected AEW guy against him. He put Orange Cassidy against him because it's okay if Orange loses the match because he's not as protected as some of the other guys in the company. So that's why we got this match. I think there's a motive behind a lot of the fucking decisions made here in that every time an AEW guy won, it was over someone who was quite competitive, in New Japan. Let's think about that main event there. Every time a New Japan guy got a win, it was either over another New Japan guy or over a guy who is probably a little lower on the totem pole in comparison in the other company. That's just my thought process there, bro. Beginning of the match, I mean, Orange with his hands in his pockets to start off. I just think the joke's getting old. I don't know how people are still laughing over it after 3.5 years. Just me. Ospreay did the handspring toward Orange, which had no reason toward it being an offensive move. He was nowhere near him, but it was all for the funny spot for Orange to make fun of him or whatever. So they got a little bit of comedy in here and also a little bit of seriousness. I just think this one, I was like, this is a weird show. This was a weird show. I don't really understand what the point of this one was because I just feel like if Will Ospreay's really this serious, I just don't think Orange Cassidy's the right opponent. And the commentators trying to put over and explain the stupidity of the weak kicks from Orange Cassidy like it's mind games. He's going to make him make a mistake. No, it's just a dumb fucking comedy spot, bro. But then he does something like that, and then he hits a sweet as fuck Michinoku driver. So there's good shit here where it's just confusing psychology. And then I wrote, this match has to end soon. Sit corkscrew to the outside, a diving DDT. Kick out. Why does it have to be, you have to kill these guys to get a win? I noticed with Will Ospreay's moveset, it's clear that Sammy Guevara steals fucking 2 of Will's big moves. Sammy, fuck, you suck, dude. I just wanted Will to lay him out and end it already. Hurricane Runner of the Stormbreaker was sick, but fuck, it ended already. Will has one of his finishes kicked out of, but then he hits the Stormbreaker. Now it's over. I thought the Stormbreaker was a sick move. And then, yeah, we'll get to it afterward, but I'll let you go through your thoughts of the match, bro.
Yeah, well, Lamos in the crowd during the entrances with a sign saying time for another 5-star Will Ospreay match. To the person holding up that sign, find a life to live. Like, seek help, find some direction in your life, okay? I wasn't very excited at all going into this match. It immediately became garbage with this hands in the pocket procession of spots that opened the match. I'd be embarrassed to do that in front of Jim Ross if I was on a show that's supposedly this important. Nicely executed moves interspersed with stupid bullshit is the summary, the bullet point I would use to describe this match overall. Loved seeing Orange Cassidy get fucking destroyed with some of Ospreay's sick moves. Ospreay putting his hand into OC's pocket did pop me, because now I'm like, now the serious wrestler is so good that he's now stolen the one thing that Orange Cassidy had, and he's just better than Orange Cassidy, and that's it. It was hard to let myself get into it because I just feel like OC, like Orange Cassidy, is obviously over, and the guy obviously has been trained well and can work pretty well. But he should have evolved past this whole pockets routine by now. Like you said, Stormbreaker reversal was sick. This went on too long once again by about 5 or 6 minutes. Right result, in my opinion, C+ rating. I also enjoyed the post-match run-in by Shibata. Well, I was enjoying it until they weirdly kind of hung around and stuck with it long after they should have cut away to something else. But yeah.
Yeah, I skipped a lot of that. But yeah, is Shibata the guy that hurt his skull? Didn't he?
I'm not even sure.
Do you know who he is at all?
Not particularly.
All right, let's not be stupid. Because Shibata, Katsuyori Shibata. I just want to check to see if this is the guy that injured himself. Okay, yeah, this is the guy that fucking. Do you remember when that thing where the guy headbutted someone or?
Yeah,
and like it was like he was never going to wrestle again. So for like 4 years, he's slowly but surely trying to get himself back into it. So I think that's nice. That's nice that he got his moment in front of these people, and maybe this leads to him returning. Like, good for him. All right. Well, let's move forward. Zack Sabre Jr., who I've heard his name of for years, but never seen him wrestle. And he's against the mystery opponent. Take it away, bro. What did you think when the mystery opponent came out?
Yeah, so good to see Zack Sabre Jr. back on a big American stage. I've seen him wrestle a number of times on English, Japanese, and American. He was most recently, in terms of America, he was in the Cruiserweight Classic tournament that they had. He's put on some size since the last time I seen him wrestle. He was actually even skinnier the last time I saw him work, so that's good. Claudio, coming out as the mystery opponent, what a great worker. A bit predictable, but a nice pop, and it'll definitely be a good match. It's fun to see Claudio in the Blackpool Combat Club because people like him really help to legitimize it as a faction. I'm expecting a great match at this point now that Claudio has been revealed as the mystery opponent. Impactful way to start the match off with the finisher immediately out of the box, but now Claudio's already had his finisher kicked out of straight away, and he's just debuted. This was reliably and predictably a very good match. Zack Sabre Jr. credibly able to wear his larger opponent down using his knowledge of holds and submissions. Speaking of submissions, the sequence towards the end where they both jockeyed for position and exchanged submission holds in attempt to get the final advantage was brilliantly executed. Props to Jim Ross for pointing out how stupid it is to invite your opponent to hit you and be like, come on, hit me, and how fucking stupid it is. Discus Lariat, Regular Bomb, great finish. Good to see Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli get a impactful, decisive win here in his debut, but I'm worried that he's going to get lost in the shuffle going forward. A- for the match.
Yeah, it seems like more often than not, bro, there's always these spots where it's like, let's fucking show how tough we are. It's like enough already with that shit. The fucking hit me. Why would you want anyone to hit you? What's that?
Like, do you remember when you were actually a kid and you still sort of believed in wrestling and you were actually watching every week? Just the idea of people asking each, like the heel would always be fucking, like when I was a kid watching wrestling each week, Christian was never going to just stand there and allow Shelton Benjamin or fucking Batista to like hit the crap out of him just to show he could take it. He'd do everything he could to avoid being hit. Anyway, it's just one of those things that evolves, I guess, but I think it's stupid.
Everyone just might as well just whip their dick out and start jacking it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it had to be Claudio, Cesaro, whatever you want to call him. Tony again going into his dad's bank account. You know, it's not enough TV time for all these people. Well, let's just bring in another guy. Oh, but Ring of Honor. Nope. Still don't have a TV deal for him.
No.
So sorry, don't give me that bullshit.
This oversigning thing's been going on since long before he ever knew that he was going to be able to acquire Ring of Honor.
That's it. We were already at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was already an issue long before that.
And we just add another guy to the fray. Fuck, I don't know what. I reckon he's going to have a fucking mental breakdown at some point. It's just no way you can fucking juggle all that and keep on adding and adding and adding. And you know they have over 170 people under contract, bro.
Yeah.
At most
they don't even really have a talent relations department.
No. And at most WCW had like 150 people under contract. But that's with 3 hours of Nitro, 2 of Thunder, 1 of Saturday Night, 1 of Worldwide house shows. Actually,
they had 260 people signed under contract at their highest, not like 100.
It was 150.
It was 260.
Okay, you're wrong because I know what the.
Am I? Where'd you get the number from?
Where did you get the number from? Where'd you get the number from?
I heard it somewhere.
And Titus O'Neil's 65 years old, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
Man, Titus O'Neil's happy 78th birthday to him.
Oh God. Okay, let's get back into it. JR said, "It's not often you see Zack in this position." I think it was JR, or maybe it was Excalibur. And I said, "It's not often you see him at all." I've never seen him before. I just thought it was funny that he's talking about like we should all know. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. And again, notice all the NJPW guys who get wins, they pin somebody less than them, but the AEW guys win over people with real threats, like this Zack Sabre Jr. He's going to cop the loss here to Claudio. I thought Claudio walking the steps whilst carrying him with one arm was fucking nuts, dude. Like, what a fucking strong motherfucker.
He's awesome, bro. He's so sick, man.
He is. I really think this match of the show. We had a few attempts at the big swing. But again, it went a little bit long, but that's okay. It was a good match. Cesaro wins. And I like his theme song. And game changer. Not a knock on him. It's just I know fans are going to start throwing that shit out there. Like,
another guy to fucking throw into the mix on the YouTube shows. But either way, A-grade match on this show, though.
Yeah, bro, I thought the next match was the main event and there was an hour to go. I can, about halfway through, I was like, oh, no, I forgot about Moxley and Tanahashi. Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So IWGP World Heavyweight title, Hangman Page, Adam Cole, Jay White, and Okada, the beloved fucking Okada. Take it away, bro. What did you think of the four-way?
All right. We got 2 skinny, pale white guys in Adam Cole and Adam Page. We got in Adam Cole and Jay White, we got two skinny white guys. We got one good talent in Adam Page, and then we have one star in Okada. It took forever for them to get through the intros in this match. In theory, when you look at the names on paper written down, this should be a good match. Unfortunately, it started off dumb. They started off doing that silly, unrealistic shit where I find it difficult to kind of suspend my disbelief that I'm watching a real fight. Adam Cole is just so small and just so, he's lost all that size, that he's lost every bit of musculature that he ever had previously. People have been kind of yelling out body shamer at people that mention that, but there's been a noticeable diminishment in his size. Like
it's so noticeable, bro, because like his head, in comparison to the size of his body, it just seems disproportionate now. Whereas before I didn't notice it. Continue.
Yeah, so this match went on forever. It felt like it overstayed its welcome, and they did everything under the sun. They did so much that I couldn't really process it. I didn't have time to take in what was happening. And I don't mean that in a good way, like I was swept up in the action. It was just like I couldn't keep up with it, and I wasn't compelled to try to, because there was no real story behind the way that this was laid out. Weird, probably botched finish. I don't know if that was the way the finish was supposed to go, but that looks strange. For those that don't know exactly what I'm talking about, basically, the ref's hand went down for 3, despite the fact that a shoulder went up for a kick out. Don't know if it was like a miscommunication or whatevs, but it kind of was the pebble of poo on this Dick Cheese Sunday. D+.
Yeah, I noticed the crowd really sucking Okada's dick like it was a guard. It's like a guard was in front of them.
It was like a guard coming to the States. They couldn't believe,
Oh God, love Bret Hart, bro.
He's the best, man.
I love that IWGP World Title. That's a great looking belt, I think.
Yeah.
But I wrote, like, there was a holy shit chant before anyone had done anything, and I wrote, this really is for the marks, man. Like,
yeah, this is not. Yeah,
Continue.
I was just gonna say, bro, I wasn't thinking this was a holy shit type match. If you'd have swapped out fucking Cole for somebody else and swapped out fucking I don't know. I didn't think that this match just happening was like a dream match.
You know why Cole was put in there, bro? Because he was gonna cop the pin. I could see that a mile away when I saw this matchup. And like, if you're going to put 4 guys from both companies in a 4-way, is this the combination that people will go with? Sure. Okay. You put Okada in there. Jay White has to be in there because he's the fucking champion. I like Hangman. I just don't know if Hangman or Cole were necessarily the right people to put in here. That's just me.
Put in like Samoa Joe and fucking, like Bobby Fish or somebody like that, like.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I would have put in a couple of other guys that can really fucking kick ass. Like,
I would have just made it a singles match between 2 people. I don't know. Anyway, fight forever chant. Adam Cole, way too obvious with the leg claps, bro. I don't know why he does it on the leg that he kicks with. Why doesn't he do it on the side of his leg where you can't really, we're not looking?
He's stopped trying to hide.
He's like that, bro.
Like he doesn't even try to hide the fact that he does it.
Like when Scott Hall used to punch people, he always clapped his leg, but he clapped the leg like you weren't even looking at that. You're looking at him punching. When you're looking at the leg, you can see his hand go down. I don't know why he doesn't use his left hand. Anyway, again, anticlimactic finish. I wrote, are you kidding me? That was so weird. And even JR mentioned how anticlimactic it was. So Jay retains.
He used the words.
He did.
He goes, that was a little anticlimactic. Yeah, I love JR. I don't like everyone criticizing him. I love JR. He's like one of the best parts of this product.
And Jay White. So Jay White retains, which we kind of knew that was going to happen because he just won it.
Foregone conclusion.
Yeah. Speaking of foregone conclusion, let's get to our main event here, where a guy from New Japan Pro Wrestling who's never wrestled in the AEW somehow got in the title match for the interim AEW World Championship, despite the fact that the rankings are supposed to mean something. It's Jon Moxley taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Tanahashi, like you couldn't have picked a better guy really to be in the main event.
Yeah, I mean, except maybe Okada.
This is one thing I wrote. All this crowd wants is to watch two guys that they both want to go for.
Yeah.
They don't want heels, They don't want that. They want just this is going to be a great wrestling match. And these are two great guys. And this is what the sport's all about with the handshake.
You know what? It's a fundamental thing. These are the type of wrestling fans that love fan service. As long as the fan service is being dished out, they don't give a fuck about any of the other contextual circumstances around that. They just want the fan service. So
yeah. That's why they hate Dan Lambert and stuff. Oh, he's ruining the vibe. Fuck off.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He represents people that don't fully buy into the vibe as it
That's
is.
it.
That's the whole point. And he's a counterbalance too. Like
I wrote the show is too long. So by this point it's just like fuck.
Mm-hmm.
There was a rock bottom through the table on the outside. I wrote, surely we could have done something different there. And I have to apologize to you and everyone out there. I skipped a bunch of this to go to 10 minutes remaining in the match. I had enough, man. I had enough. I couldn't go through another fucking marathon. And I'm sure most of that part was all right. They were just building up or whatever. Where I skipped to, Tanahashi hit this fucking great frog splash, went for a pin, and the reversal out of the pin when he kicked out, reversal into the bulldog choke. So he kind of no-sold it, but that's pretty much what this show is based on. Yeah, Moxley won. Your turn, bro. Sorry, that was a piss poor effort on my behalf, but whatever.
Yeah, Moxley's entrance took way too long. See, that's the thing. Like, in attempting to skip it, there was like 2 instances where I clicked like a minute and a half ahead and the music was still playing.
Same thing happened to me.
Like,
I skipped ahead. I was like, yeah, it'll be over by that point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. In a way, it kind of pops me. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's a millionaire. He's married to Renee Young. He's having his little entrance. Like, fuck everyone else. Like, anyways, Tanahashi is genuinely a star, even though it makes not much sense for him to be in this match. That's kind of the retarded part, is that he shouldn't even be here in terms of being in this match. But he's a genuine star. Some good, solid, technical in-ring wrestling to start this thing off. I thought everything was executed nice and precisely. Doesn't have a big fight feel for me personally. Obviously, a lot of the crowd disagreed with me, but if you're the kind of person that's going to pay $100, upwards of $200 for a good seat to see a show like this, that's the kind of thing that you're going to like. Endless forearms, constantly going back to the exchange of forearms while looking at each other dead in the eye. Boring. If I wrote this down, right? Like, if a casual viewer was to walk in the room while someone was watching this match, they would pick Tanahashi as the former WWE champion over Jon Moxley, because Tanahashi looks and carries himself like a bigger star than Jon Moxley does. And if that's not a scathing indictment on AEW and the way that it books, and the way some of their stars carry themselves now that they're not shackled by WWE. I don't know what is, because Tanahashi's pretty much completely foreign to the mainstream American audience, and yet he comes across like a bigger deal. I wrote, stop inviting each other to chop each other. You're supposed to be in a contest. Once again, Taz is back, provides another breath of fresh air on the commentary booth, that authenticity that's great to hear. Moxley isn't bad as a performer overall, but I personally just find him boring. Like, I really do. Like, even when he's not really doing anything stupid, I found him way more interesting in WWE as Dean Ambrose. More endless forearms, putting him through a table without making it ultra dangerous or ultra complex. Actually, I found it to be kind of refreshing, even though it was kind of basic. At least it wasn't dumb as fuck, and at least he actually sold it like it hurt. I wrote in capitals, stop beckoning each other to hit each other. Like, stop beckoning to be hit. Stop it. It doesn't make you look tough. It just makes you look fake. This began outstaying its welcome by the time Mox had Tanahashi in the cross arm breaker. Tanahashi's face stomps are better than Jon Moxley's face stomps. His sling blade doesn't look as smooth as someone like Seth Rollins or Finn Balor's does, but it looks like it's an actually offensive maneuver, unlike theirs, which looks kind of fake. Stupid blade job by Jon Moxley. He got some color, but I just didn't really get the point of why. Tanahashi's twist and shout is a cool move. I really liked the false finish on the paradigm shift into the cradle. Nice frog splash by Tanahashi. Annoyed me that such a nice looking and impactful looking top rope move was no-sold in service of Moxley locking in his little fucking captain's hook, headlock, whatever it was. Liked the pin attempt off of the turnbuckle reversal to the submission. Finish was just so fucking awful. He fights his way out of the submission. He's kicked out of the fucking paradigm shift. Oh, so now I'm just going to, because he didn't tap out and I couldn't get him to tap out by wearing him down for ages in this submission, I'm just going to let go of the submission and basically pick him up and hit the paradigm shift again. And that time it's going to pin him. Ridiculous, anticlimactic, asinine, redundant finish. Push this match down to a C-. In summary of this match, Moxley is just boring. This match did not seem to fit or feel like a main event for me at all, but the crowds treated it like it was. So what do I know? I guess I'd like to. Can I actually just give my final thoughts for the event, like all in one go, or do you want me to
go for it?
Come back to it. Okay. So here are my final thoughts as I like. So after this match finished, right, I noticed there was still about 10 minutes left to go in the broadcast. And I was like, what the fuck? They finish off a show like this by having Jericho and his flunkies and a bunch of other groups come out and start brawling at the end as some kind of build up to blood and guts. I rated that whole portion of this whole thing an F. Final thoughts, decent card of wrestling undercut by silliness from guys like Chris Jericho and Tony Khan's ridiculous booking. It was stupid to finish this supposedly huge interpromotional event that people have been excited about with the build for an episode of television headlined by Jericho's Idiot Squad that barely a million people are going to watch. It's sad that a guy like Claudio Castagnoli may become just as lost in the shuffle in this company as he was in the WWE, even though the guy just should be a star. I saw some people on other reviews after I finished watching this event, bro, and I wanted to bring this up here, saying that this show is a contender for show of the year and that it's already one of the best shows they've ever seen.
It's not even show of the month.
This show is not a contender for show of the year. And not only did it not contain multiple 5-star matches, which I've already heard some people say. It didn't even feature any 5-star rated matches on the entire event. This show turning out decent. There was something else that somebody said that I need to bring up too before we wrap up. Somebody said that the fact that they were able to make these substitutions for the injuries and stuff, and it still turned out to be a good show, proves that AEW's roster has all this depth to it. You know, there's so many great people that they can slot in if someone else goes down with an injury because they've got so much depth on their roster. So in answer to that person, this show turning out okay does not vindicate Tony Khan signing 150 fucking people. Some people said the substitutions on the card were a testament to how much depth there is on the roster. That's like having 3 fire extinguishers in every room in the house just in case you have a kitchen fire, like on the stovetop sometime, you know? It's just ridiculous. It's a false equivalency. My final rating of the show is going to be a 6 out of 10. Another clumsily booked show that was anchored by great, hardworking performers who helped me from wanting to end my own life, having to sit there and watch this.
Yeah, that end to the show was so unnecessary and unneeded. They've already done enough build for this blood and guts thing. To make it end on that note made New Japan feel like a fucking afterthought. And if anyone out there thought that that was an amazing way to finish the show, how can you fucking say that when New Japan... It should have just been Tanahashi and Moxley fucking shaking hands, lift the fucking cunt's arm up. There we fucking go.
Fade to black.
We fade to black. We didn't need this fucking bullshit to make the end of New Japan versus AEW be about fucking building up the next Dynamite. Get fucked, bro.
Like, I just want to put this out there, though. If it wasn't for the fact that there were several matches that achieved a B rating and 2 matches that achieved an A rating, I would be giving this show overall less than a 6 out of 10 because they ended up treating New Japan like the junior promotion in this scenario, when in reality the New Japan talents outclass the AEW talents, 3-1 in a lot of instances. So yeah, like, this show didn't piss me off as much as the previous pay-per-view they had, but it still was definitely long in the tooth and not anywhere near being like a classic pay-per-view.
Yeah, it didn't piss me off either because I wasn't going to allow it to take that from me. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way. Like, I already went into this being like, we probably shouldn't be reviewing this because I knew that it wouldn't be to my taste anyway. And this is so niche and targeted to such a small vocal minority, and I'm sure those people are so sick of hearing that, but it's true. I don't think I can rate the show, bro. I don't think I could give it a rating because this is how I sum it up, okay? It's like watching 2 sports teams that I don't barrack for in a sport that I never watch. That's the example I want to give. I do watch wrestling, but this to me is just so far from the style that I like. Most of these matches don't have any heat. Most of it was cold to me from start to finish. That just doesn't do anything for me. So I'm not going to give it a rating. And that's all there is really to it, bro. So yeah, if they do this again, probably won't watch it, probably won't review it because it just doesn't click for me.
I think we probably will end up reviewing it if they do it again. If they do it
again, then they should insert a few other companies as well. It shouldn't just be the 2.
We might even have to review Blood and Guts, to be honest. Like,
all right, bro. Well, thank you very much, Juicy Boy, for your time.
Yeah, no fucking worries, mate.
And thank all of you out there for sitting here with us and sitting through this. If he made it this far, I don't know. But if he did, props to you. Thank you for joining us here for mine and Juicy Boys and the WZWA Network's review here of AEW New Japan Forbidden Door. And we will see you down the road. Thank you.
Network, that's the way we play. Good God Almighty. Network, that's the way we play. Get puppies. Network, that's the way we play. Get.
The following announcement has been paid for by the WZWA Network.